Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I'm here to do the Sagittarius December horoscope, and another big month it is also. We have a solar eclipse on the 14th of this month, and for you Sagittarius, it's in your second house of finances and belief systems. So, you could find a whole lot of new beginnings around your money. A solar eclipse is like a new moon on steroids. So there's a lot of increased energy. And if you have been having some financial difficulties in the past, there's going to be some sort of change around that. So at least you'll see the light at the end of the tunnel. But I'll talk more about that when I come to do your in-depth horoscope. It's also the winter solstice on the 21st of December if you're in the northern hemisphere, and in the southern hemisphere it's the summer solstice. So in the northern hemisphere you might be sort of more focused naturally on, drawing within and, focusing on meditation, your dreams and what's going on inside you. Whereas in the southern hemisphere, you might be things might be more clear cut, you might be more practical and down to earth, for example. Okay, the other thing is that Jupiter and Saturn change houses and they conjunct a few days later. So I'll talk about that when I do your in-depth horoscope as well. I do things a bit differently, so I like to draw 2 tarot cards at the start, and these will be like theme cards for the month. I like to have a little psychic vision before I turn the cards over and see how the vision and the cards relate to each other and how all of that relates to your horoscope, which we'll then have a look at. And then at the end, stick around and I'll do a channeling for, everybody basically. Whatever comes through, comes through. Sometimes it's for individuals and sometimes it's on the collective. Okay, if you are new, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that notification bell right now. Alrighty, let's go to the main board and see what we can see. Happy birthday, dear Sagittarius. It's your month. You're turning a chapter in your book of life. Okay, so let's have a look at these cards I was talking about. Now, you can think of this position as the first half of the month, if you like, and this position here as the second half of the month, perhaps, if you want to think in terms of time. All right, that one's sticking out. Close my eyes. I've got 2 things, birds flying high and a donkey. I don't know what a donkey means. A donkey, you do a lot of work, perhaps. Or there's a burden, perhaps. Or maybe even the Democrat Party. I think they're the donkeys in US politics. Anyway, the other thing I see is birds, and that's about flying high, taking a big picture. Don't get caught in the detail. But there's some freedom associated with it as well. The card that comes out is the 8 of Cups. Alrighty, you're on your way here. It's still not all beer and skittles, as we say in Australia. I think people say that in the UK as well. There's some sort of hill or mountain over here. This is a challenge. But you can see here the new moon, and it's starting to wax. So this is about new beginnings, moving forward. A lot of green here that she's wearing, which means growth and opportunity. So this is like you're on your way, moving away from a difficult situation and moving into your future. And new beginnings, this of course would, in your horoscope, would relate to the solar eclipse, the new moon on steroids, around your money. Interestingly, in numerology, the 8 does relate to power and money. So that's good news for you. Let's have a look now at the second half of the month and see. I'm going to go with that one. All right, close my eyes now. What do I see for Sagittarius? Now, I get the sense of tiredness, so you do need to balance your adventurous spirit and frenetic activity with rest and relaxation, okay? Because I just see a woman laying down like she's very tired. And, you know, if you balance things, yeah, sure, we all get tired, but you can still achieve. You just sort of plan it out and do it in a different way. It's like me, because I've been doing major renovations for months now, and I'm unpacking boxes, you know, and rather than go hell for leather and try and do it all, because you need time to think. You don't even know where to put stuff half the time when you've renovated. So you need time to think. So it's better just to do a few boxes a day than try and do it all, I find. And so perhaps you can balance things out in that sort of way. It's all about your money. That's where the balance needs to be. This horoscope has a huge emphasis on your money. Eye on the money, honey, here in the second house. Look at all this activity going on here. Okay, so Two of Pentacles. Money is a focus this month. And although this card doesn't specifically suggest that it's positive or negative, I always feel optimistic about it. Two is about balance as well. So that just confirms what I said before. Okay. Let's have a look now at your horoscope. Remember those two cards, Eight of Cups and Two of Pentacles. And I'll put that like that so that you can see it better, perhaps. Alrighty. 20th of November to the 15th of December, Venus in your 12th house here. So this is a time when you could be in like retreat. You keep to yourself more. You may not be feeling as sociable as usual. And it's also, you know, indicates that you might desire someone who is unavailable to you. So you have to use a lot of discretion about this possible relationship. Alternatively, a loved one could need you very much. You may need to take care of someone in an unusually unselfish way. Okay, so there might be a sacrifice involved there in your time and energy. 20th of November to the 21st of December, Sun in your first house here. That's supposed to be a circle, by the way, with a dot in the middle. That's the Sun. Express yourself and come out into the world. You can make a strong impression now, and people recognise you and approve of your message. A bit like a political ad, isn't it? So-and-so approves of this message. You feel more confident than usual, okay? Sun is often associated with insight, awareness and happiness, so that's nice in your first house, which is your house, okay? The house of you. 30th of November to the 12th of December, Mercury in your first house as well. Your sign. Speak out and make your voice heard. You will acquit yourself very well. Initiate discussions now and listen to other people. 7th of December to the 16th of December, Jupiter conjunct Saturn. An important life decision must be made. Make a change in your career or your life generally. Let go of the past because, like a snake, you're shedding your skin now. Be flexible and break old patterns. It's time to get rid of beliefs that no longer serve you. You know how when a snake sheds its skin, I don't know if you know, but like I've always lived, or for many decades I've lived in the country, and the snakes, and you know, you find these skins all over the place. We do anyway. Then, you know, you've got pythons or whatever, you know, which is actually a really good thing because they, you know, if you live in the country, sometimes rodents and things come around the house looking for food. But if you've got pythons, that keeps the rodents away. So it's really sort of nice thing that you don't have to worry about rodents when you've got snakes. And anyway, when they lose their skin, I don't know if you've seen, but their skin underneath can be a bit sort of pink or a bit sort of, it looks all fresh and new, you know, almost raw. And so it must be sort of, you know, sometimes must be a bit awkward for the snake to let go of its skin. And we're like that too. You could be feeling a little bit vulnerable or a little bit unsure with that process, but it'll come out okay. You'll get used to it. And it's happening because the snake is growing and so are you. 2nd of December to the 22nd of December, Saturn sextiles Mercury. Your mental objectivity and concentration are excellent now. You're well organised, structured, and a matter of fact. You can problem solve and correct miscommunications. You can also set the record straight. You may seek advice from professionals who could help you, or you may become someone that people seek advice from yourself. Okay, it can go either way. 14th of December, solar eclipse in your second house here of finances and belief systems, possessions. And where is it? There it is. Yeah, a new moon on steroids gives you a new start with your finances or your value systems. So you might think of new ways to make money, ways to cut back, rebudget and things. Get your affairs in order in your second house. 14th of December to the 8th of January 2021, Venus in your first house. So much activity here, right at the end. It moves from 12th into the 1st. Okay, so when it moves into your sign, the first house, it's more stronger, more powerful, and it often affects your identity in some way and your physical appearance. You may have a strong desire for harmony, peace and beauty, and you may be inclined to use gentle coaxing to bring other people around to your way of thinking. Pleasure and affection are very important, and you might buy new clothes or makeup or have your hair done and try and make yourself more beautiful or more pleasing in your own eyes. 12th of December to the 22nd of December, Jupiter sextiles Mercury. This is a great time for long distance communications, which will be very successful, and also your work and business flows well. Advertise, publish and promote yourself and your business. Others respond to your message now. 8th of December to the 27th of December, Saturn sextiles your ascendant. Relationships with other people are stable, and someone older or more experienced may help you out now. Government agencies and business may also assist. You feel more confident and have greater rapport with other people. 8th of December to the 1st of February 2022, Saturn moves into your third house of communications, local area, study and siblings. And it could be that you're less interested in small talk. You may even avoid other people if they're sort of chit-chattering away so that you can just get on and do your own thing. You have been changing, and so have your values. And you might be focused on more important things because you're feeling more serious and responsible, and you prefer people that are like that. Formal or systematic study may also appeal to you now. You may have some sort of communications with siblings or maybe even cousins or distant family members, but it feels like it's more formal or it's about a serious topic. Okay, so 15th of December to the 24th of December, Jupiter sextiles ascendant. So this is a very harmonious and happy time for you. Life seems to be going great, more smoothly than usual. There's cooperation and mutual support in work or in business. And legal and government matters work out fortunately for you now. 15th of December to the 8th of January 2021, Mercury moves into your second house. So see, Mercury's gone across 3 houses. There's a lot of activity when that happens across lots of different things. Many thoughts and communications about your finances and value systems. You could consult a professional such as an accountant or financial planner at this time. 20th of December to the 19th of January 2021, Sun moves into your second house here. So awareness and insight about your finances. If you've been struggling financially, you now see a light at the end of the tunnel. You can see what you can do to improve your life and your money situation. 26th of December to the 31st of December, Mars squares Jupiter. You're highly ambitious and full of optimism for new plans and ventures. Watch overconfidence, however, and don't bite off more than you can chew, because you might have the energy to do all these things, but you really need to research things, look at the potential and act accordingly. Don't rush in. Beware of over-exerting yourself, okay, and physically, your body as well. 29th of December, full moon in your 8th house here, so moving from your partnership area into your 8th house of joint finances and assets. And it's also about intimacy and deep personal matters, even secrets, and there's transformation around these things. It may feel like death is also around. You could be talking about wills or inheritances or something, not necessary, not a physical death, but something has died so that something new can begin. You may react out of habit or, as directed by subconscious content. So it's almost like you're sort of pre-programmed and come up with these things from way out of your subconscious. It's almost like you're venting. It's all too much. And it's affecting, joint finances and assets. Secrets come up. The subconscious sort of gains control for a moment. Don't let it go too far, though. Okay, so that's your horoscope. Now, I'm going to close my eyes, Savvy Sagittarius, and see what I can see for you for the month of December. Okay, so yes, I do have the moon here in my face, and it is that image in the card there, the waxing moon. So a whole lot of new beginnings coming for you. Again, about your money, I feel, I'm seeing green, so that's growth, expansion. I see green trees, that's you or your family members. And I feel like a relief is coming, like a weight off your shoulders. Maybe you could get some money from somewhere and it's a great relief. It is possible that if you're in the US, that this is a stimulus check, because I have picked that up a few times. So you'll certainly have news about a stimulus check coming soon. Okay, I understand there's some reluctance from the US government to go ahead with that, but they're receiving a lot of pressure. And so I feel like things are going to, the pressure is going to be on. So it's quite possible you'll get good news about money. I see a helicopter. First thing I think of is helicopter parenting. It actually sort of is like putting a chain around your own wrist and a chain around your child's wrist if you want to indulge in helicopter parenting. So that's that thing of, really going overboard. We all need space to make our own mistakes. And with little kids, of course, we've got to watch them so they don't get physically hurt. But at some point, they need to make mistakes so that they learn. Okay, what else? I don't know. Is there another symbolic meaning for helicopter, taking a big picture? It doesn't feel quite right. For some reason, I'm seeing pictures of helicopters here in Vietnam. Have you got a father or one of your relatives who's a vet? And there's something going on at the moment with that, because I'm getting this really strong vibe about the war in Vietnam, and maybe there's some issues coming up about that that are unresolved. There's a thing called EMDR. If this person has post-traumatic stress disorder, EMDR can help with that. Go and Google it. It's eye movement desensitization response, EMDR. And there's practitioners you can go to have sessions that will release that energy, so you're not carrying it anymore. Okay, what else do I hear? The word strike it rich, and there's a lot of oil coming out of the ground here. And so I never think of the physical interpretation as being the primary interpretation, but the strike it rich, I feel like spiritually you're going to be wealthy in some way in November, Savvy Sagittarius. And part of that will play out so that your money supply is improved, or you figure out a way to improve it. I see an arrow going up into the sky on the diagonal like that, and of course you are the archer, so that's all about you. And the arrow is going into the sky and it hits the bullseye target. So it's a great month for working out what you want to do, making a plan and working gradually and diligently towards your plan, because you can hit the target and really manifest what you want to on the physical plane. Okay, a lot of books here in front of me, a great time for learning and studying. And of course, always when you're studying and learning, you've got all that knowledge, then ask your guardian angels for wisdom to know how to apply that knowledge. All right, so that's it, Savvy Sagittarius. I hope you found it helpful, and there's something there you can relate to. Please leave a like or a comment. I'd really appreciate that. Share it, promote my channel for me. That'd be fabulous. Thank you. If you're new, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Most importantly, have a happy birthday this month, and have a wonderful, insightful month. I will see you again soon. Thanks again, and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.